Welcome to the Michigan Golfer Show. Join us each week as we explore the people, the places, and the events that shape our great game.
Hi, I'm Jenny McCafferty with the Michigan Golfer, and I'm at beautiful Boyne Highlands with Ken Griffin, who knows everything about golf here. And we've had a spectacular couple of days and a beautiful fall.
It's a little chilly today. I should have the fire on. I didn't get the fire lit this morning. But other than that, here at the Country Club of Boyne is a pretty inviting place to come in on a chilly fall day.
An inviting place. And in fact, we're really interested in talking about one of the golf architects, in particular, Arthur Hills, who's built a couple of courses here. And I have a hard time seeing the similarities in those two courses, the one at Bay Harbor and the one here at Boyne Highlands.
Well, he built, the 3 nines, the 27 holes at Bay Harbor, but he actually started the project here at Boyne Highlands. So he was working on the project here to develop the Arthur Hills course here at Boyne Highlands, and he developed 9, and this was the same time that we got involved with the Bay Harbor project as a company, and what an opportunity to build such variety and still very close to all of our other courses. So he then moved over and designed the 3 nines at Bay Harbor, and as you said, dramatically different 9s. The quarry, built in the old shale quarry. I call it a traditional Parklands course, more or less, with the preserve. And then the links course, built right on the shores or the bluffs overlooking Little Traverse Bay, yeah, and Lake Michigan, and then here, though, through this whole thing, the start and finish was actually here at Boyne Highlands, and I think the similarity, or like if I go to play an Arthur Hills course, I like standing on the tee box because the fairway to me looks wide, and I really feel I have a good chance to put it out there. Now, as I play into the green, okay, there's a little more challenge involved. He didn't make all these easy, and the green complexes, and they're very fair, but they're challenging. But what I say is, whenever I play in an Arthur Hills course, when I get to the next tee box, I have a fresh shot. I have 18 fresh shots, even if I didn't have a great last hole. But I think the one thing that he did is if in my mind anyway, that's a design philosophy. He doesn't build a course a certain way. He certainly takes a terrain and adapts it to all the terrain he had to work with in the thousands of acres here at Boyne Highlands to a little bit smaller footprint, still as a resort course, but to build 3 different 9s in 3 dramatically different settings there. So each one of the, call it 4 courses, has their own unique characteristics, but yet they all are relatively inviting off the tee and still provide challenges as you get closer to the hole. And I think the credit to how well he did this design, you can go right to the fact that 2 of those courses are in the top 200 courses in the U.S. The Bay Harbor course is a little over 20 years old, and that has always been a top 100 Golf Digest course for Arthur Hills. And here the Arthur Hills course, started out in the top 100, but as most courses do, there's the new refresher comes along, but it's still a top 200 course. So the fact that he has two top courses still out there on dramatically different terrain really speaks to his abilities as an architect.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I vaguely remember when Bay Harbor was relatively new. It used to be called the Pebble Beach of the Great Lakes or some such thing.
No, I still hear it called the Pebble Beach. What's really amazing in that is if you take what that 7 miles of coastline looked like when it was a cement plant and shut down, it was basically a mess. And the fact that come in and the entire development and really how Bay Harbor Golf Club and the 9 holes there and the Yacht Club really sprung the development along that whole, really it's almost 9 miles of coast now that's been developed, with the Inn at Bay Harbor on the east side of it and clear over to Bay Harbor Golf Club on the west side.
And the views are spectacular, and you cannot see across Lake Michigan.
You're about 150 50 to 170 miles over to Wisconsin, depending on where you come ashore on Wisconsin. And we've had people that aren't from the area look at it and go, "Are there sharks in there?" And we're like, "No, it's not ocean. We know you can't see land, but no, it's fresh water. There are no sharks. It's safe to swim in." But yes, you still have, and on a blustery day, you sure can feel like you're playing links golf. Like we've had trips in where golfers are like, "Geez, I didn't have to pay to go to Scotland. I got my 50 in rain here." And that lake pulls up big weather patterns, so you get beautiful days like we've had most of this summer. But you certainly any doubt that it's a links course goes away whenever Lake Michigan and Mother Nature decide to.
There's nothing like a blue day when the wind kicks up and those waves come crashing in.
Well, and the holes there too is as you go the Quarry 4 and Quarry 5, which you play out to the lake and back from the lake into the face of the old shale quarry, or on Quarry 8, where it's almost an island green sitting out there, and that's really the reference to Pebble Beach, I think, more than anything. But I mean, I've seen it's about 195, I think, from the tips. And I've seen guys use driver on a windy day, and if the wind's at your back, I've seen them, 8-iron. So it just depends, And the one thing that Arthur Hills did when he built the quarry, but the quarry and the links, they kind of figure 8 back and forth. So no matter what the wind is doing, you get a variety of wind directions there. You'll have it in your face, at your back, from the side, because you'll get, no matter what wind is out there, it's not always in your face coming off the lake. You get a variety of wind, but you will have shots that on any given day challenge you because of the variety of the wind. So sure, and then here at Boyne Highlands, like we said, dramatically different terrain that he had to work with, and we gave him a lot of terrain to work with, is where you have the large sand traps on number 4, because there's plenty of sand up here in northern Michigan, and you can kind of see the old white pine forest in the background. But then when you go to 5, move from hole to hole, you have hardwoods down one whole side, and especially at this time of the year, it's spectacular with the fall colors. Yet on the other side, you have the tall white pine trees, the old production forest, lining the other side of the fairway. And if you don't like that view, as you said, look at the Arthur Hills course backwards, and it just flip-flops and goes the other way. Or when you get to 13 and you have that very elevated tee box as you work your way to the high spot on the course, where you're looking out over thousands of acres with no buildings, and just this beautiful hole, this beautiful par 5 rolls out in front of you.
That's an easy one to remember, because I just never have seen another tee box like that.
Right. Well, it just works this way. Your cart path kind of zigzags back and forth down the hill as you drop down to tee boxes. And like all the Boyne courses, we have 6 tee boxes on that course. In fact, all of our holes have 6 tee boxes on them. So whether you're a great golfer that does play a 550 or 600 yard par 5, or whether you're somebody that wants a little bit of help doing it, the forward tees, and they're non-traditional colors. We want you to not say there's a men's, women's, ladies, senior tee. We want you to say, here's where I think I can hit it to. I'm going to play from these tees today because this course is going to be more fun if I do it. And at the end of the day, we're all out playing golf because we enjoy it. It needs to be about more than a score. So enjoy your score that you can shoot from the tee box that's comfortable, and enjoy the views, because northern Michigan's pretty spectacular, and Arthur Hills did a great job of capturing it.
Yeah, thank you for saying that. It's more than the score, because sometimes I found myself just looking around, oh, wait, I got a hit. It's probably takes people a little bit longer to play, but it's a pretty long.
Yeah, well, and at Bay Harbor, it was a perfect example, because a couple years ago we went in and added 10 minutes to each of the 9s to give people time to take pictures. Because we were having a hard time staying on pace, and we figured if we gave them a couple more minutes to take pictures, because they're going to take pictures. I've heard people say, especially on the links in the quarry, that one of the hardest things is concentrating on my golf game because the views are so nice.
So there it is. Arthur Hill said, "Bring your camera." Thank you, Ken.